And we're back. Big up all the 3-point collectors this weekend. The Arsenal are back in full effect. We reacted to the defeat against Liverpool before the international break, and we had 3 goals, 3 points, clean sheet, fantastic individual performances, and we keep it moving. Now it's off to a trip to Spain in Bilbao. Next week, we'll be playing Manchester City. On the topic of Manchester City, we'll be watching Manchester City against Manchester United together, folks. So join me for a watch along from 4 p.m. As usual, top of the morning to you lot, as the Irish would say. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Let me know your thoughts in relation to Arsenal. For me, Nwaneri is the truth, but you lot already agree with that. Clearly, Eze works on the left wing. And Madueke deserves respect. You know, obviously the jury's still out. We're only 4 games into the season, but if you're allowed with the disrespect and against the signing, then give or take isolated to the 90 minutes or the minutes he played or what he's done for this football club so far, you have to give him some plaudits, man. And if worse comes to worse, you're a good asset as part of a rotationary attacking unit. When Saka's back fully fit, I want that to work. But just by browsing some Arsenal fans, they're saying, you know what, I'm comfortable without Saka. Do you move Saka to the left for Madueke and all of those things? So the bigger question is not Madueke against Saka and what the media will do. If you listen to Gary Neville, that clearly he's doing okay, people. So yeah, we're doing our thing. Let me know your thoughts. And even with Nwaneri, again, I hear it. You know, again, you look at Mikel Arteta, we are defense first. I don't mean that as a criticism. I mean that as a fact. And when we talk about the 10 or the 8.5 or the right-sided centre mid that Odegaard occupies, of course, the body positionings, the press, the defensive elements, he does all of that. But if we strip football back to what it's supposed to be, what you can do on the ball, in terms of in possession, Nwaneri is getting better and better, and he was very impressive against Leeds. He was equally impressive against Nottingham Forest, where both games he came on, apologies for Odegaard. I do think the defending, the dirty work, the affecting the game throughout 90 minutes, I do think Nwaneri is getting better at that. And I guess the bigger thing is, we've got more depth than we can count, people. You know, Mascara stood in well for Saliba now, but Noni Madueke in place of Bukayo Saka. We're missing our star boys. Eze did well. Gyökeres did well. That combination, you know, it's working, in it, really and truly. And it was a new front three. We ain't been exposed to that. So, yeah, I'm all for that. Big up yourself, Karma. Nathan has said, I just prefer Eze as a 10, but he's showing he can do the left wing thing, so fair play, really. I hear you. If it's up to me, 1,000,000%, you want Eze centrally. But as we all know, he comes centrally anyways. Where you look at Calafiori, obviously, they have a good partnership. Calafiori is a madman. You see him right wing, right back, centre mid, left back. Great ball over the top for Eze, in which I don't think enough people are talking about that, actually, in what led to, obviously, Eze with Gyökeres. And I think Nottingham Forest will learn a lesson. You sit off Arsenal, you give us space, you're playing into our hands, really. And I mean, I was on TalkSport and I was watching the game. We deserved to win. We scored 3 goals and whatnot. But I do think it's a bit... Listen, we scored the goals. I don't really care about Forest, but I do think it's harsh in that I think it was an even exchange. When we got the goal, it was great. I like the second goal of the 3 because it's straight after half-time. And then, you know, it's 2-0, which is a dangerous scoreline as an Arsenal fan. We saw us bottle a 2-goal lead against Villa. And in football, we know that. But generally speaking, when we've gone 2 goals up straight after half-time, where whatever Postecoglou has said at half-time, it's gone out the window, innit? Because you've had 15 minutes to talk, then obviously it's gone out the window. You then, for when I remember the game, like, obviously with that, you're now looking at Forest to say, would you rather lose 2-0, 3-1? Clearly, if you make it an open contest, they're in issues. I think we can create a bit more. I do think we could create more clear-cut chances. And it was good, man. I think people... And I don't care about rivals and outside noise, in it. Real football fans will have a laugh and a joke, but then they'll also give Gyökeres his credit. Gyökeres is never going to be the most beautiful footballer. I wish I could combine Gyökeres' what he's got in his game now with probably how Gabriel Jesus looks, and we've got a complete striker. I'm not looking at you to be the most beautiful footballer for Arsenal Football Club. You need to just do the most difficult thing, which is put the ball in the back of the net. And specific to Arsenal fans, yeah, I do think they're a bit disingenuous. I think there's some fans that, let's have it right, they fancy Sesko, they fancied all these guys, and they just can't accept the fact that we've got Gyökeres. These same positive, toxic fans always say, as long as the manager gets the players, as long as Arsenal sign the player, then you've got to support them, which is all fun when you're behind the player and you can do your field tilts. But then you look at Gyökeres. Obviously, I think Gyökeres was good in the first half. I still don't think we create enough chances, but I think he pressed well. I think he dropped deep well. I think his link-up play and his great partnership with Eze is going well. Noni Madueke, him and Gyökeres had a great partnership. Even for me, the goal is well, not the goal, when he basically cracked the post, when he hit the post, he's made that goal, he's made that opportunity, himself. And even that, I was impressed with Madueke's decision making, when to play the pass, when to hold on to the ball, when to go inside, when to go outside. Do I think Noni Madueke is the bee's knees? No, but you've provided us with something that we lacked, which is depth, essentially, man. So it is what it is. He made sure to go on TalkSport for this game to improve his stinky TalkSport record. DG knew it was a banker. To be fair, I just go when I get the call up, man. Appreciate that. You're a horrible man, Marcel. Big up yourself. D, appreciate you. Unfortunately, let's park off the football news for a second. Big up yourself, Ryan. As the man said, I can't believe it myself with Ricky Hatton, one of my favorite boxers. Again, when I woke up, I thought it was a madness. And to lose your life at 45 years is horrible, man. So first things first, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. Thoughts with his family and all his loved ones and all of that kind of stuff. I always say this when people die, in that you have to judge your life on how you touch those around you in the legacy. And legends don't die. He might physically leave this earth, but his spirit is going to a better place. And everyone will remember him synonymous with boxing, innit? But to see a man's lost his life at 45, which is young, is absolutely crazy. And as cliche as it is, we always do it when someone dies. Life is precious, people, which is why, and ironically, I haven't done it today. I always say, I wish you and your loved ones good health, man. So it sucks, man. It's 2024, every year is mad, innit? But 2025 has been a mad year. Even the last 2 weeks have been quite mad, really. So there'll be a lot to look back at the end of the year. But yeah, RIP Ricky Hatton is absolute shit news to wake up to. Big up yourself, M. Hit the like, guys. Come on, Lucian Kid, one love. Big up, man, like GG. I'm very curious to hear why Madueke deserves respect. Everybody deserves respect as a human being. Obviously, title was slight exaggeration, but I just think people need to allow him. Like, at the end of the day, I couldn't have told you who to buy, but we all understand that none of us, and this is why we're not the manager, no one was spending 50 million or whatever it was on Madueke. The whole Chelsea stench. Potential is one thing, but proven potential. And side note, one thing I like is when you look at Madueke at Chelsea, for all the criticisms, he gets into the box. That's something we've been robbed at Arsenal, and I think he's actually correlated that. He deserves a bit of respect, man. If we're very loud and people want to do, I'm not talking about fans that are just normal fans. Cool, I wouldn't have bought Madueke. He plays for the club. It is what it is. If he does well, praise. If he moves shaky, criticism. I'm not addressing them fans, but we all know we live in a day and age of football where it's hyper opinions and no one wants to be proven wrong. Nobody wants to give anyone a chance. And as I said, I wouldn't have bought Madueke. But then when you strip it back, the man signing for the club, there's nothing you can do. The man signed for the club, might as well give a man a chance. As much as, we don't want players from Chelsea, quote unquote, he's gone from one big club to another where there's a rivalry and all the talking points that come with that. He divides opinion, a divisive kind of player, attitude issues coming into this club. Obviously, we want to win trophies. So I think he's shown big bollocks. He done his thing. I think, again, it's only 4 games in. Did well against Leeds, did okay. Well, our brightest spark against Liverpool did very good yesterday. I'm not looking at Madueke to be the difference maker. I just think you're a decent squad player. And the challenge for Madueke now is, as I said, statistics reflect it. And what we see with the eyes also reflect it. You're getting in the box. You're doing okay. But can you get goals and assists now? Can you get goals and assists? Obviously, you can't just look at goals and assists. Anyone who watched the game knows he was probably he has a case of being man of the match, give or take, with a Zubimendi. In the same vein, I think Calafiori and Timber, granted, it weren't mad games where the defenders are having to do much, but they're not really getting their praise owing to the fact that we won 3-0 and it was one-way traffic. So all I'm saying is just cut the man some slack, really and truly. That's it. When Saka's back, I want to see Saka. When Gyökeres is there, I want to see Gyökeres. And to be fair with you, with Madueke and Eze, and you could extend it to Nwaneri with Odegaard. I don't quite mean this for Odegaard, but let's have it right, man. Like, Arsenal fans are quite fed up, really and truly, if I'm completely honest with you, with Martinelli and Trossard. Shout out Trossard for the assist. And to be honest, Trossard and Martinelli, you guys are in the positions you want. And I still think we missed a trick not signing a left winger, as great as the summer was, but you can't have it all. And you know what? I must admit, I was going to speak about this later on. It might be time to start a Semenyo agenda. I know he signed a new deal, 70 million's mad, but I think he's really, in the last 2 years, and even this season, he started brightly. Decision-making is good. He was an Arsenal fan. He obviously turns up in big games, could provide another option. I know 70 million's a madness, but I'm starting to think, you know what, we might have to visit Bournemouth for Semenyo, man. January, who says no? But yeah, big up Ash and everyone, man. A man said these man celebrating that Forest win like they just won the league. Typical Arsenal fans. Fairs. Nobody has said we've won the league. Arsenal fans have only said we're happy with the depth. We're back because we lost to Liverpool, so we're back to winning ways. We're happy to see our team. We're happy to see the depth. We're happy to see our manager making the decisions. We're happy to just get 3 points. Sorry for Marcel. I know you're trolling a bit and you're being a bit silly, but it seems like only Arsenal fans are not allowed to celebrate when we win. Bearing in mind, a few years ago, I'm sure you lot played West Brom and you lot were doing holding hands and whatnot. Fair enough. The emotions, the highs and the lows that go with being a football fan. Only Arsenal fans are not allowed to express those people. Again, I'm not extending this to Marcel, but I'm so passionate on this. If you don't support my club, if you've got anything positive to say, one love. If you're a genuine football fan and you praise and critique, then I'm not referring to you. But if you're just doing the agenda things, suck your mums, man. Simple as that. A's up to he frees up corner boys in the building, as you saw with Zuba Mendinho. So yeah, big up Jay as well, man. As the man said, smash the like button, man. Happy to have you. I hope everyone's doing well and safe once again. Big up everyone who's here. If you're new here, you know what you need to do. In fact, what we're gonna do is change the chat to how do you do this again? Subscribe is only mod. So if you're not part of this family, you can F off, can't you? Noni played well, but still needs to improve his final action, his last action in the final third. 1,000,000%. He's 23. My thing with Madueke is you're 23. As Wenger says, that's when you need to come into your own. Now, I'm not expecting you to be the finished article, but I need to look at you, Madueke, as a decent someone that can push Saka, maybe start ahead of him if form permits. But I need you to be or develop into a man that gets double figures in all comps or something of that ilk. You need to get goals, you need to get assists, and that extend that to everyone. Eze, I need goals. Madueke, I need goals. Gyökeres, I definitely need goals. Odegaard, if you're fit, I need goals. Nwaneri, I know you're young, but I need goals. I'm not expecting you to score every week, Mikel Merino, but you've shown a capacity when you're on the pitch to be a goal scorer. Kai, the same. You lot get your goals. Defo not expecting to see Zubimendi score a header, let alone a screamer every week. I need goals. I know Rice is not Frank Lampard or Steven Gerrard or Veltz, but you play in that advanced role. You need goals. And even that, I'm not critiquing the sub for Gyökeres, yeah, but the last 2 games at the Emirates, definitely Leeds. I might even be lying about Leeds. Definitely yesterday. When Gyökeres has come off, like Rice had an opportunity, I was thinking, right, if we kept Gyökeres on, he bags that, you know. So you're right. Everybody needs to keep getting goals. Obviously, adjusted. Martinelli and Trossard the same. If you're a man that's going to play 30, 38 games, of course, I'm expecting 20 goals. If Madueke is getting 10, 15 starts, you get where I'm going, just adjusting it. We need goals. We need different solutions. And to be fair with you, regardless of what the season has panned out for Arsenal, I stand on this. If there are those Real Madrid games, those 5-1 cities that, you know, beating Liverpool or coming back from behind in a month, you know, we might, I don't know, we might be playing Sunderland and everything's gone wrong tactically and technically, and we've come from a goal down, scored 2 goals and nicked it. I promise you, it might not happen too many times, but the Maduekes, the Marinos, these kind of unsung heroes, they're the man that makes the difference for us, just like against Madrid. So yeah, we have to have a conversation over Odegaard DG. What conversation? Because he's injured. I'll always fight Odegaard's case, but unfortunately he suffered an injury. And it's for Mikel Arteta, innit? Like, you know, you look at Mikel Arteta, the big conversation around Eze is, yeah, you can do this thing on the left-hand side, but we'd all love to see you in the 10. Now, give or take, Odegaard's the captain. What does that provide? Kai Havertz, how much games is he going to get? Arteta might have to be cruel to be kind. Obviously, Odegaard, the season's just started. So I'm not going to do too much, but there's nothing of significance. As I said, you want to see Eze in that role. You know, you want to see Nwaneri get minutes. In Mikel Arteta's mind, Kai Havertz and more so Mikel Merino are shown as options there. Max Dowman, obviously, for now, I think his thing is the cameos in the right wing position or them kind of things. But long term, that man's a 10 or an 8, surely. So what conversation do you want to have that we have not had about Martin Wondergaard? The moment he leaves, we become better. Chill, 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 chill. Great job on talks. We appreciate you, Mali, man. Appreciate that. DG, when everyone is fit, who is our best squad and starting? Sorry, who is our best squad, bench, and starting 11? Well, this is the best squad we've seen in the Emirates, just in terms of numbers and players we believe in. Bench, if everybody's fit, everybody's fit. I guess you'd have to start with a starting 11. I think if everybody's fit and the sky is blue, I think the only decision I would have to make as an Arsenal fan is who the hell plays left back. Now, granted, Hincapie ain't kicked a ball in an Arsenal shirt, so I can't gas him up. But I like what he could be. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'm sure you lot are equally. Some of you wanted Calafiori sold. You're moving mad. We love what Calafiori can do. So I don't really care who plays left back. I'm kind of cool with all of them, but that would be the difficult decision. But to answer your question, of course, David Raya, shout out to him for 100 appearances and a clean sheet. He deserved that. And a big save. Like, obviously, it was one-way traffic. We was never really troubled and they couldn't break us down. But Raya made a save. I'm sure Mosquera swept up well. I'm sure there was an important block from Timber in that game against Nottingham Forest. So big them up. But Raya in goal, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. I love Ben White. I don't really care if it's Ben White or Timber, but you said, in my opinion, strongest 11. I think Timber is better than White. So yeah, Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, left back. Let's go with Calafiori for today. He ain't put a foot wrong. In midfield for me, Rice, Zubamendi. I still would say Odegaard, I still would say Odegaard, but a part of me wants to say Eze. But then if you do play Eze out wide on the left, then I mean in the 10, who goes out wide? You probably do see Martinelli. You might see a Madueke. Can I say Madueke is the best option off the left? I don't know. So I'm gonna still persist with Odegaard for now. Odegaard, Rice, Subamendi, Eze on the left, do your job for me. Bukayo Saka obviously on the right. And you know who's on the up through the middle, man? My striker. You would. I don't care. This is why I don't care about other noise, because fair enough. Have question marks over Gyökeres. Have question marks. I'm all for positive, negative, like balanced decisions, conversations, and stuff around that regard. But you would think Gyökeres was the biggest money addition in the Premier League. It cost the most money as a striker. Had not scored, and you can mock him and say he wears jeans. Cool. You know, I'm not gonna fight you if he wears jeans. That's cool. But if my striker who's wearing boot cuts, because you know you ain't wearing no slim fits, if he's scoring more goals than your four, it's crazy. Over to you, Sesko. It's crazy. Let alone that, I'm not even going to talk on Gyökeres, because certain fullbacks in my club have more goals than strikers, but we don't want to take it over there. So yeah, if that's my strongest 11, then the bench, obviously, do you know what? It's mad because Kepa's the only one you could say naturally he's on the bench, essentially, because with the easiest decision, because there ain't no other goalie. How many players can you have on the bench? 9, 10? Allow me with the maths. But what? Kepa would be on my bench. But then that's the thing. You need to balance the midfielders and all of these kind of things. So it's difficult. But yeah, Kepa, Nwaneri, Miles Lewis Skelly, Max Dowman for me, Martinelli, Trossard, White, obviously Mosquera, Hincapi. You need to get a midfielder there as well. Gabriel Jesus. But I'm probably forgetting, Bear, man. You put me on the spot, man. You put me on the spot. Good questions, though. I welcome them. Smash the likes if you haven't. I just want to say to everyone in the chat, knowing that Ricky Hatton had mental health problems, if you have them, go to the doctors, get help. Don't make you less of a man or woman. Life is for living people. Yeah, man. Even if you're not going to do the doctor thing, like there's what do you call it? Like phone numbers you can call and all that. Don't suffer in silence. And I can't big up women. You need to do that as well. Big up the women, but I can't speak for women because obviously I'm not one. Men, in it, like men go through a lot of silent battles and suffer alone. Like male loneliness is a big thing. Like it's a big thing. Like it's something we all struggle with. So yeah, go seek help, man. It doesn't make you weak. If you don't feel confident enough to speak to friends, then bro, you can even chat to ChatGPT or call who you need to call, man. Don't suffer in silence and things of that ilk, man. The Ricky Hatton thing is upsetting because I mean, it's fucked to say, and don't take this the wrong way. R.I.P. the man. The man lost his life too far, but I would rather it be through health complications that unfortunately he's lost his life prematurely at 45, rather than the heartbreakingness of anything around what not what Warren's alluding to, but that kind of stuff. People seeing Eze's skill set and think he can't be good at left wing is just weird. Great dribbler, decent pace, smart, great passing. One of the greatest eights Iniesta played left wing and won Champions Leagues and Euros. It's just down for Arteta to fit them all in. And, if Eze's going to play left wing, that's very different to a Martinelli. So how the other players around him. And I would say the greatest thing for me with Eze is I don't think it was the greatest game of Eze through 90 minutes. I think he had a good game. I think he was 6, 7 out of 10 throughout the 90 minutes with 10 out of 10 moments, which is the positives because it shows he can upgrade. And for me, it's the bars on the floor at Arsenal, innit? There's two things that Eze did that made me think, oh, we're in the big time now, innit? Like, one, when he dropped his shoulder in like the first 2 minutes. Two, actually, when it's basic, but a pass came and he let it dummy through his legs, and the move, it didn't amount to anything, but just him doing that. And just a simple ball, like the ball from Calafiori. Eze's got the competency to know, let me put this in a dangerous area. Big up Gyökeres for just being in the box as well. Just to have it, as stupid as it sounds, just having the quality to deliver that ball simply across goal for your players to score a tap in. I don't want to be disingenuous. I don't see Trossard can do that more than Martinelli, but I haven't seen that enough from Trossard. Martinelli, I don't even know, man, because it's shades of Liverpool in it. I don't even know if it goes out for a corner. I don't want to be that guy, man. We have to stay behind everyone that plays for the club. But just that basicness, like that is what I need, if I'm honest with you. Just that little moment. But yeah, he can do a thing. But there is an element of different horses for different courses. Big up DG. I think our squad's ready now and ready to take the breaks off. I hope so, dude. Gyökeres could get 30 goals if this team feed him properly. Eze and Calafiori feel like the only two trying to do that. I hear you, but one thing I did like against Forest was Gyökeres was maneuvering on the right hand side quite a lot. Like he looks like he's got a good little relationship developing on and off the field, like even with the celebrations with Madueke. You know, that incidents where he's been involved in the build up, he's switched it to Madueke. Madueke's delayed, he's waited for the run, and then obviously Gyökeres has eventually hit the post. I did like the relationships between the front three, you know. Not so much Eze and Madueke directly because of where they are on the field, but more so Gyökeres and Madueke, Gyökeres and Eze. I liked what I saw. I actually think Marino had a good game in midfield. I'm all for you playing in those sort of games in midfield. I still stand behind my comments that I'm not the greatest. I like Mikel Marino as a player, as part of the squad, but I don't really like him playing in midfield. But I think I did say on TalkSport, I mean, even though it surprised me to see no Rice and things like that, I was kind of cool with Zubamendi and Marino because I do think he plays a bit better when he's next to Zubi. So yeah, man. But again, 30 goals is one thing. We need to become one of the best attacking sides, not statistically, because we're there with our eyes. I need to, you see what Eze did? I want to see that 3, 4, 5 times a game. There was actually one time, I think Timber pulled it into the box and Gyökeres, ironically, was on the right-hand side, part of the build-up. I was thinking, Gyökeres, bust your gut to get in the box. That's a second tapping for you. That's why I like that goal so much, because when you get beyond everything Gyökeres shows you in the highlights and what he could be for the team and all of that ilk, I've been saying, all of you lot are here on a regular basis. I just want to see the tap-ins because we don't have that enough. We don't have that, man. There also needs to be a few apologies directed to Madueke. Needs to be as loud as the disrespect. Jay, you know, unfortunately, where football's concerned, there's 2 taboo things football content creators, pundits, just fans can't do. I'm sorry, I was wrong, and I don't know. People struggle with these things, and that's not even extended to Arsenal. That's everyone, man. RIP Ricky Hatton once again. It's shit news, man. Shit news, even understatement. Like, it's, like, what can you say? Like, there's not really much you can say. It's peak, innit? Like, it's peak. 45, 15 years older than me. And it sounds fucked to say, yeah, but just before, sorry, people. Just before I came online with you lot, obviously I saw that, like, it said RIP Ricky Hatton, and it's 45, and it made me think, right, I'm 30. What if that's me in 15 years? God forbid. So yeah, man. Sunday morning post-match analysis. Come on, BG. Eze is the best option left wing right now, 100%. Even if he's not a left wing, it is. It is. But then football's a fickle game. Like, what if Eze's struggling, Madueke struggling, Martinelli and Trossard get opportunities and they're out of this world? We change our thoughts. You know, it's a season, but it's like seasons. We've got to box smartly. I think Mikel Arteta's got to play on these guys' forms, even to a degree. I haven't read all of Mikel Arteta's comments, but when asked on why he started Marino, he basically alluded to that. He's like, he's had a good little period with Spain. You could extend it to Madueke. Confidence is high. I do think those psychological factors just in football is understated. He wanted to kind of play on that. Sometimes you have to do that. Like, look at City when their man were bullying the league. You know, when they had the Kevins and the Gundowans and this one, Aguero and this one, you knew the players that were going to start week in, week out. But then there was players that, ironically, Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, they might be 4 or 5 games either at the start, middle, or the end of the season where they're going through a little bit of a purple patch and you leave them in the side. These are the little things Arteta's going to have to learn. There's going to be times you're going to have to persist with Odegaard and play him into form. There might be times where you're going to have to just, you know what, I'm exaggerating a bit, but Nwaneri, you're getting 5-10 games. You're getting 5, regardless of how good or bad you play, you're getting 5-10 games. Make sure there's a medium level of performance. You might have to do those kind of things. And the biggest thing with Madueke is Arteta, you can rest Saka. And I always say this, I think people do too much about that resting stuff and they want him to probably play about 20 games. I think that's a myth, but it's more so when games are wrapped up. I would say for Mikel Arteta, the 2 legs against PSV, for example, where we thumped them in, or I'm sure we played a strong team against Bolton. Just those little moments, even in the League Cup, in the Champions League phase when we qualified, just those little moments when there's times to save legs, not even necessarily resting them from the start. Maybe there's 5 games, You've taken a man off for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Before you know, that adds up to a 90-minute game. Injuries and those things can happen, but we need to protect our players as much as we can. Great win yesterday. I really like the composure of Mosquera. Big up, man. There's bigger tests to come for Mosquera, but I do think, yeah, one, Berta's going to get locked up for robbery, because how you managed to pull Valencia's pants down for 13 million and their fans are not rioting, I don't know. I think we have to put a bit of respect on Mosquera's name, because obviously he's 21, he's new. We want him to develop and to the point where he might even be on par with Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba, and we don't know what's going on there. But this is a man that's played and done well against Atletico and Real Madrid, played 30, 40 odd times for Valencia. He's not a little man. He's 21, but he's not a little man. Like, he's not just rocked up randomly. There's some level of experience, really. So that's why I'm not really surprised. You held your own, even though we lost. You held your own, and if you don't stand out, which he did, at least fit in at Anfield, and obviously yesterday, where I know they didn't really present that much of a spark. Morgan Gibbs-White should have scored, but he stood up to be counted. Like, playing against Chris Wood's not easy. Ironically, first 45 minutes, I actually feel, where you look at Chris Wood and Gyökeres, for Postecoglou and Arteta, they could learn a lot. Neither striker's really presented with anything, and it's a difficult job being a striker in today's day and age, if I'm completely honest with you, because you are feeding off scraps. You do need to lead the press. The wide men are the ones that really and truly, like, get the 1v1s or the yards of space, etc. It's almost an impossible job, because as well, like, Gyökeres could get 20 league goals, man, start talking about X factor and XG and all of this. He might not get that, but general play, all of that stuff, people have conversations to have. Like, it's crazy. It's like Lukaku. Fair enough, Lukaku might not be the best striker since sliced bread, but people always put his thing down when he's actually a serious goal scorer. He deserves us not shitting on him for now. He needs to keep it up and add end product. Ash, that's it. I don't know what's wrong with that. For me, support don't mean like making out the guy's the best thing since sliced bread, but Madueke's done okay. Give the man his flowers. And for me, I'm happy to see, like, the crowd chanting his name. He looks confident, because what's the alternative? Cool, if you think Madueke shit, you didn't want him at the club. What's the alternative? Slagging him off every week at the ground and on social media? Where are we going to go with that? Whether we want him, whether we believe in him or not, the man has signed for the club, right? So I don't know. Maybe I look at it too logically, because there's I was going to say plenty. There's a couple players that in our team I do not rate. The vast majority, 99.9%, I do rate. I didn't rate Kivior. I held him up for, his run at the end of the season. I didn't think he was bad, but I didn't rate him. But the minute you put on the shirt, bro, you're here to the end. I see it as you're part of the family, mate. So yeah, man. It's really, big up Crawford as well. On the topic of boxing, RIP Ricky Hatton, big up Crawford. I told you, look, my man's winning. Big up Canelo as well, serious legend, but it's different. Stayed up for that, actually fell asleep, woke up the second to last round. I was like, yes, my guy won. My guy won. Big up Crawford. You know what we do. Real champions. Real champion business. What a guy, man. It's ruined the day, no lie. I was hyped today, and now I feel sad. Ricky was very underrated. The guy took 30k fans to Vegas, and most of them didn't have tickets. They drank the bar dry. Big up Ricky for that. And Ricky Hatton was one of my favorite British boxers, just because RIB was a madman, innit? Like, he's a madman. He'd take every fight. Obviously, he got thumped up by a couple of the better fighters, but he would take every fight. And he would always, like, there was times he wouldn't listen to his trainers. Like, obviously, it's boxing, but it became like a bar fight. Like, he just, fuck it, mate. What are you saying? Look, he was mad. RIP Ricky Hatton. Like, he was just them crazy geezers, mate. Noni has great character. You can tell he's constantly trying to improve his game. Fantastic signing, because he's got a ceiling he ain't touched. I don't know about fantastic. I would say it's a competent signing. And what I would say to it is, Arteta, sometimes you move a bit mad. Still think the peas could have been spent elsewhere. But I understand the method to the madness now. And obviously, like, you got Gyökeres, you've got Eze, it looks a bit better, really. If we never had Eze, unfair to Madueke, it looks a bit dark. But the main thing for Madueke, I would say, is keep it up, but pause, definitely. But so goals and assisting now, like goals and assists, because I need that. Because if worse comes to worse, it's very different. And I know we're at Arsenal fans with obviously Trossard and Martinelli, but worse comes to worse, I don't want Madueke to be one of what we have already, in that Trossard isn't bad, Martinelli isn't bad, you're not bad. There's times where you lot 3-4 games on the spin, you look amazing, then you're indifferent, then you're amazing, then you're indifferent. So yeah, man, Keep doing your thing. You need character. You need character being a professional footballer, much less playing for Arsenal, much less being a footballer in today's day and age. Because look how fickle football fans are. I'm not talking about the logical fans that, okay, I don't rate Madueke. There's still question marks, but you've started well. Hail up your thing. Or those that said, I wouldn't have bought Madueke. You're here for the football. You're here at the club now. You play good, praise. You look shaky, critique. I'm not speaking about them. Just the emotional football fan who don't really care necessarily for the performance or what they're seeing. They're just in the emotions. If they win, happy as Larry. If they lose, they're vexed. You know, them kind of football fans, which are the majority of football fans, really and truly. One week, you know, you're Ronaldinho. The next minute, you're not fucking good enough. Why was you at the club? All those kind of things. And that's just the day and age of football, really. You know, Madueke is not the first nor the last footballer that will be extended to. DG Zubamendi is quality. That's Arsenal's goal of the season so far. That volley will take some beating. It will take some beat. We're going to see more bangers. Nwaneri's got a banger in him. Saka's got a banger in him. Rice has got a banger in him. I hope we see some more, but it will take some beating to match that. I don't think we're getting close to that. Saying that, though, of the season started so far, I'm trying to think. There's only 4 games, but what goals have I enjoyed the most? Zubamendi rocket, because I've been pushing the Zubamendi propaganda. Was it against Leeds? I'm sure Saka scored an acute finish. Not the, you know, the best of Saka's goals, but I did like that. Did like Gyökeres's solo run. And I can't lie, the corners as well. Corner boys in the building. We might as well embrace it. They say we're set piece FC. Don't give us those corners, boy. We're the corner boys. Don't give us those corners, boy, because we might score from the corners, boy. Simple as that. So, yeah, listen, Zubamendi is doing good on the flank. Saka is a starter, but he's a decent option because he's something different to Saka. If he keeps doing this, the signing of Madueke won't be so bad anymore for Arsenal fans to handle. I always look at the performance in terms of ability, attitude, and effort. Noni keeps this up, numbers will happen. He needs that. I'll always say if a player is playing well, if a player is playing well, if someone's fit, they shouldn't come back straight away. And they should see on the bench until other player plays bad. Otherwise, what's the point in playing well if you're just going to hold bench? I hear that. And I do hope to see Saka and Saliba in some capacity against Bilbao, but a part of me is saying, you know what, because I genuinely think Saliba was ready if he wanted to play. I think we didn't risk it. I actually thought Saka would be out based on what Arteta is saying. I think Saka's fit, if I'm honest. But 2 hamstrings in 6 months is crazy. If we are going to take the risk on those players, it has to be City next week, innit? For me, anyways. And let's just go forward to the Bilbao game. Let's just say we win 4 or 5 goals. Madueke has a similarly good performance. If Saka is fit, do you chance it? Do you have him on the bench? Madueke, you start, you come off the bench Saka comes off the bench against City, or do you start Saka? Now, for me, if it wasn't City, I would probably say, you know what, bench thing for Saka, come off the bench. It's a long season. I would probably take the risk. And I know it's a double-edged sword in that you could say Saka's not really sharp. You know, you've kind of kept Madueke cold, if that makes sense. But I would take that risk. It's City at the end of the day. I would for City. But in theory, you're right, though. And that's what I want. I might think you're a squad or rotation option, but if you get the shirt and you grab it and you hold on to it, it's yours, isn't it? And that's what we need. You know, Miles Lewis-Skelly and maybe Hincapie, you lot have to be patient because Calafiori ain't put a foot wrong. He's had, literally 4 good games on the spin now. And with Calafiori, it's just, you just have to stay fit, broski. That's it. That is actually it for you. Just stay fit. Obviously, every footballer's got things to improve, but that's the major thing with you. Because what goes under people's noses is, obviously, if you're fit, you get a run in the team, you're getting sharp in it, really. I think that's helping Madueke of sorts. 70 million is not madness in this market. Best left wing outside the top 6. So someone's on my Semenyo hype. You're right. And I couldn't tell you who else to get, but 70 million. That might get you a Rafael. That might start some level of negotiations with Rodrigo. That might get you a Nico Williams. I know he signed a new deal and all that kind of stuff. That might get you the random Joe Blogs who we're not talking about now, but give or take January or the summer of 2026, everyone wants them at their club. And then you ask yourself, is that more value? Is that a better option than a Semenyo? And Semenyo can play up front as well. Semenyo would bang at Arsenal. Like, he could actually win a lot of headers, like his dribbling ability, like his temperament. He's one that's had highs and lows. Like, everybody's seen Semenyo. He's played in the Championship at Bristol and that. I'm sure he was actually close to going to Chelsea way before this whole, he's doing his thing at Bournemouth. So you're right. 70 million ain't the madness. Probably not shot himself in the foot, but if we were looking to buy him, that new contract's shot him in the foot. And then I'm on Semenyo, man. Just imagine Semenyo, Noni, Saka, Eze, Asterix, Dalman can do a job out wide. Asterix, Nwaneri, needs be can go out wide. Jesus for one season. Martinelli. I know I have to push agendas. DG Real come in this summer with an offer and Rodrigo, Trent, and 50 million for Saliba. Are you letting him go? Mascara looks like the real deal. Nah, man. Saliba, I know you want to go Real Madrid. I beg you just sign the 4 or 5 year deal and just stay. Real Madrid, run me my 70, 80, 90, 100 odd million quid, man. That needs to be, I need to see Arsenal making some paper, serious paper for Saliba. Trent, big up Trent, but I just want my bread. Obviously, if you offer Rodrigo, we can talk. But Arsenal don't need Trent. And I don't mean that in a disingenuous way. If Trent, if that is, I'm having Trent. Like Trent centre mid, right back, you could do your thing, but we're stocked in defense, innit? It don't really make sense. And Trent ain't leaving Real Madrid anytime soon. Just give me my bread, man. Just give me my money. Semenyo wants Trossard, or dare I say it, Martinelli leaves. Jay, you're like me. We don't really want to have those conversations. But yeah, definitely, if Trossard cuts, and even that, what is the market in Turkey still open? Do you let Trossard cut for 20 odd million either now or in January? And then that's you find another 50, you know, that's the 70 million there in it. But really, you've only paid 50 odd million quid. That's why we got to get better at selling and hailing talents. Completely off topic, yeah. But former Arsenal young player, he's now at Brighton and he's on loan at Bolton. Koza Jubi, do you not see his goal? Because we're talking about goal of the season contenders. I think he bagged for Bolton against Leighton Orient. I saw it on social media. If you ain't seen that goal, go and look at it. It's fucking naughty. It's absolutely not Saka-esque. It's naughty. It's naughty. If that was done in the Prem this week, boy, tell him DG, man, he's happy with one and the performance is acceptable, so all good. Well, boss, you said it there. Simple business. Big up yourself, David, man. DG, you're explaining yourself to that mug, Marcel. Marcel's my guy, man. Sometimes I do bite the bullet. Martinelli, are we at a crossroads with him? We've gone past the crossroads. Like, listen, I love Martinelli, but there's no crossroads because we've seen this for a number of years. You've stagnated. Decision-making is pony. It kills me to say this because I love his attitude. I love the way he loves the club. He has still got the knack of turning up in big games, but you're not. I don't look at you as an individual footballer anymore. You're just a tool for me this season. You know, granted, if we're in games where I don't know, say we took the lead against Liverpool and you know they're doing that Anfield stuff and we're just holding out the lead, we're struggling, and you know, Arnslot's gambled and he said, you know what, fullbacks go forward. I might look to bring a Martinelli on because let's just assume Frimpong's playing and under that circumstances they're flying forward. Martinelli being quick just gives Frimpong something to think about. Yeah, we're trying to, in this case, Liverpool will go down. Yeah, we're trying to get something out of this game. But if I get caught in a foot race, there's issues. Obviously, I know we're at where we're at when I'm saying this about a winger, but Martinelli can help out defensively. And to be honest, you're a tool. Port Vale, you can get a start. All right, Arteta's, you know, against Nottingham Forest. Oh, Eze's looking a bit leggy. Gyökeres looking a bit leggy. Subs get warm. You're a tool now. Don't look at you as an individual. I do think every attacker at Arsenal has a bit of a defensive, has a bit of an attacking tax. Because if Arteta got us playing a bit more free-flowing football in the final third, there'd be that. With hindsight, I've kind of changed my opinion about Martinelli. I think he's probably always been like this. But that season he was great and doing his thing, which we tried to sign Mudryk. Maybe Arteta was doing something tactically to get the most out of a limited player per se. So I don't think we're at a crossroads because we know this. Like for me, we've gone past the you ain't got no left winger and no centre mid and this and that. Because I ain't said that about Eze. I'm quite tired of Trossard and Martinelli. And I don't mean that in a rude way. It's just we know what you're not going to do. We know the frustrations. More than anything, like Madueke, at least I can see that you're thinking about what you're doing. Not saying Martinelli isn't, but you're thinking about stuff. I look at, obviously he never scored, but that moment I spoke about with Madueke setting Gyökeres where he hit the post, it takes me back to the Liverpool game where goals change games and it's a big pressure environment. We've broke. Gyökeres is waiting, and we all were waiting and 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 waiting for Martinelli to find that pass to Gyökeres when he's made the run of Konate. It never came, and he ran into blind alleys in it. Not gonna lie, Trossard's looked a bit off the bench, you know. Like he's looked a bit. I know he got an assist, but I don't know. It's like he goes through the motions, couple of bad decisions and then terrible stuff, but he makes it happen. But that's them lot's thing now, man. You lot just come off the bench and help us. It's simple as that, man. Oh, I allow that. Nah, not you, Marcel. Chill out. You could definitely, yeah, Marcel, relax, man. You can definitely see in his demeanor, Noni has a point to prove. I want to see consistency in his game from now on. Exactly. And honestly, to God, if I was Madueke, you want to play well for the fans. You want to be adored by the fans. That goes for every player. But honestly, I don't give a fuck about what Arsenal fans think, if I'm honest, because honestly, the world, well, exaggeration, but the world didn't want to sign me. The world wouldn't have signed me. The only people that matter, really and truly, is how God sees you, how your family sees you, how your teammates see you, and most importantly, the man that brought you to this club, Mikel Arteta. Everything else falls into place. Fans are gonna talk when they when we win. Happy as ever, man. Are gonna chant your name, this and that. Before you kick the ball, there was obviously petitions. Genuinely in life, you can't live for applause, or you're gonna die by booze, innit? Simple as that. So he needs a point to prove. So you prove a point. I want you to have a chip on your shoulder. Come and take someone's spot. I don't believe you can take Saka's spot, but I want you to believe you can. I want you to give Arteta thoughts. Do I play him left wing? Do I facilitate stuff? I never want Tuchel to forget that you could be in England duty. I want you to want to realize your potential. Say, you know what? I've been at Chelsea, won a European trophy, doing all right. But a football career is short. I am 23. I've been on the scene for a minute now. But before I know it, my career is going to be done. What do I want to achieve? Trophies, all of this stuff individually, you can't, like a footballer, like you can't guarantee you're going to win trophies on your J's. But what you can do is, do I want to look back and say, I really realized my potential. I got out of my career what I want. That's what I want to see from Donny. And amongst everything, you can see his character showing, if I'm honest with you. Like you can see him looking a lot more confident. He looked a bit, obviously you can't draw conclusions, but he genuinely looked a bit timid to me in all those, like when he signed for the club and you're doing all those interviews and stuff, he looked a bit timid. Maybe he genuinely just liked that, but seemed a bit nervous. Looks like he knows he belongs here now, innit? And that's what you want to see. Crawford deserves respect, bro. Undisputed. Mashed it up. Met Canelo where he wanted. Even the way he was talking is like when they were asking him about hydrate in the build-up, hydration clauses, and why didn't you ask Canelo to move down the weight? He said he's the champion. I'll buck him where he needs to. And this, you look at my man's life and etc. Like his mum paying bullies to beat him up, and yeah, man, big up Crawford, man. Serious fight. Marcel's a horrible man. Ain't gonna lie, I had the Ozil comp up. We're winning it all if we had him instead of Odegaard. And I'm not saying you, yeah, but whenever I hear Ozil's name, I'm triggered because I remember Arsenal fans. They tried to fight me whenever Odegaard was last informed. They were telling me he's more creative than Ozil, and I said, "Listen, I'm a big fan of Martin Odegaard, but he cannot lace Ozil's boots. Forget the Odegaard we're seeing now. The best version of Odegaard that we've seen, whatever you think that is, and let's not even say the Real Madrid version of Ozil because it's not fair to Odegaard. Let's say the best of him at Arsenal. There's still no comparison. I've seen Ozil run the show enough times for all his criticisms. Glock 9 got them Levi jeans. It's cool. You can wear your boot cuts. You can wear your boot cuts, man. Stay positive. Come on. Bud put on a masterclass best of this generation by a long shot. So then I have to ask, Crawford or Mayweather? Both undefeated, two different gens. I think technically Mayweather must be about 10 years older than him. And I have to big up Canelo as well, because at the end of the day, bro, you fought Crawford, you fought Triple G, you fought Mayweather. So long ago, you might have fought Ricky Hatton, RIP. I don't know, but yeah, listen, you took the fights, bro. You took the fights. So happy for Bud. He looked better from the first couple of exchanges. Deserved the decision. We all knew it was going the distance, man. Big up Canelo, serious guy. Very sad about Ricky Hatton. Think we all knew he had mental health issues. Did those around him do enough to help? Big issue for men. Don't suffer in silence. Listen, I don't know. Like naturally, I don't know what's going on there. And sometimes, yeah, you can, but you never know. That's why I always. And to be fair, my friends say it about me. Like like for example, myself, I'm always busting jokes. Like I'm always busting jokes. It's always the dons that bust jokes and are very happy. You've got to be, not that you got to be careful, but you have to pre it because behind closed doors, you never know. You never know. Like I know for myself and speaking for myself, I know what great sadness feels like. So I'm always busting jokes and trying to be upbeat. And I'm the sort of person, if I'm upset or vexed or anything, I don't really want to talk to no one about that. And I don't want people around to be around me because I don't want to spread it to people, if that makes sense. So you just never know. They could have done everything, but you just never know. You don't know what, like, life is real, man. You don't know what demons man are going through. You don't know what is going on. So Yeah, man. And unfortunately, with this, they are probably sat there today at this moment in time thinking, right, like feeling guilty and all of that, which isn't true. T, big up yourself, man. Nothing positive to say about Odegaard. He's done pulling out tackles. Zubimendi got more goals than certain strikers. Zubimendi, Calafiori, Timber. I ain't seen certain man celebrations, let alone talking about braces. I don't, you know what? Mum always said, don't get onto the less fortunate. So I'm not commenting on them. I'm not. I can't. Even that you that's saying Jokeres wears jeans. Why did an injured Kai Havertz score more goals than Solanke? You fucking pussy, man. Suck him up. Anyways, Calafiori crosses are elite. Did you see the backspin on that cross to Eze? Same cross to Jokeres versus Leeds. Calafiori is an enigma, man. Sometimes I do think he loses concept. Like yesterday, I think when the game's done, he's a bit. He starts moving a bit mad, doing unnecessary things. So I did advocate for him to get subbed, especially when the yellow card came out. It's mad to think we haven't conceded an open play goal yet. Not really, because Arteta is he sets us up so well. So yeah, obviously it's football in it. You are going to concede that. Probably fortunate against Man United. Wouldn't say so much against Liverpool. Probably could have conceded yesterday, if I'm honest, against Nottingham Forest. And we will concede, but yeah, man. Buzzing for them. I don't want to hear no shite about my team. Facts. Where's Fabio Vieira? Hamburg. Thank the Lord. Ethan was poor when he came on yesterday, in my opinion, but at least he makes us tick. Odegaard is just a spicy mount in his current form. Loving the squad depth we have this season. Respectfully, I disagree. I think Nwaneri was good, but I hear that. Nelly has a problem now. How good was Gabriel yesterday? Best centre back in the league. They weren't really tested, but naturally, Gabriel Magalhaes, Mascara, to a degree, Calafiori beyond that ball, Timber, even Raya. Elite stuff. You're not going to get your plaudits when we win 3-0, but I don't mind that. I really don't mind that, man. Big up the DG Nation. 3 points, 3 goals, clean sheet. Come on. I feel we have some gunmen now. Wait and see. Yeah, but you got to supply them with bullets. You supply Jokeres with bullets, he shoots. Odegaard hate is wild. He's still our best right 8. Yeah, he is by default. But the team I'm not going to lie. Listen, football's fickle. It's 4 games in. Odegaard comes back in. He plays amazing. People shut up about certain things. But, well, you might have to be cruel to be kind to a couple, man. Eze should play in the middle. This could be another Arshavin situation. Eze just play where he can, man. For now, it's a left wing thing. In the future, we might have to move you. But at least for this period, let's just box smart. Do your thing on the left. We have to move Martinelli on. Eze done more in 70 minutes than Martinelli in 2 seasons. Damn. Arsenal proved them wrong. Liverpool get easy teams to play in the first 6 games. Is this a setup for the English Premier League? Evan, let's not do all of that, man. Let's not do the conspiracy thing. Everyone's got to play everybody twice. To be fair with you, cool. I don't know who Liverpool got, but I would rather these 6 games now than at the end of the season. And I hear it. And I don't know. Well, to be fair, I think Liverpool are going to put belt to arse against Burnley. Burnley are going to get absolutely mangled and dangled to the side. Let's not spit the buzz. But they're going to get dealt with, innit? But even if it's on paper, bro, you can't. Liverpool fans, they got 9 points from 9. Onslaught, their players and their fans, they know they need to do better. Like they had to, not in a disingenuous, they had to work for the 9 points they've got, fair enough. It took a screamer. For someone like Liverpool that can create goals out of nothing, took a screamer to take 3 points off us. Obviously, Newcastle took them to hell and back. And it was a good little clash they had against Bournemouth. So it weren't cool. People can say it was easy on paper, but those 3 games, they had to work for it. And they showed why they're champions, man. At the end of the day, if we do what we need to do, we got nothing to worry about, man. We ain't got nothing to worry about. It's a long season. We are ready this time round. I hope so, man. It was fun watching Arsenal again. Eze and Madueke looking good. I hear it. But if I'm being harsh, that's what I expect to see against Nottingham Forest and Leeds. I kind of wanted to see a bit more of that impetus against Liverpool. I would say United as well, to be fair. And hopefully in the games to come, we do our thing. Valencia fleeced us for Mustafi. You know what? You're right, You're right, If Valencia, you got any more of those? You got any more of those? Are you, man, deep in the quality depth we actually have? Arteta, there's nowhere to hide. Arteta, just do your thing, man. Yeah, Arteta has a bad habit of overplaying players. In the Champions League, there was a game we could have lost and still qualified, but he played a full power Arsenal. Why? I hear, I got a love-hate relationship with it because I'm actually on playing the strongest team. But there has been times to be a bit cute and clever. So it seems like you lot got no love for Valencia after they zanged us for Mustafi. Fair enough. This is the best defense I've ever seen. Can't lie. Might be AC Milan, Baresi, Maldini levels. Tranquillo, boys and girls. The best players in the world used to be 9s and 10s, but now due to Messi and CR7, it's a wingers game now. Paulista wasn't that bad, just not a Prem player. Mustafi was awful, got chased for relegating Schalke. The Mandea now support him just like we did Nelly. Even the strikers back then, some of them would have been wingers now. I hear it. He pieced him up, man. But even that was a good fight, man. Like you didn't expect no one to get knocked out. It was a serious fight. Come on, big up Famzone, big up Dean and D. Make sure you're subscribing over there. Support the trenches. Big up DJ in the community. Smash the likes. Remember, life is short, so go for your dreams and leave your legacy. Facts. And like I always say, it's gonna sound grim, but we're gonna die anyways. So you might as well, man. You might as well. Bud did a number on Canelo, watched from start to finish. Like, there was one of the bangs he gave him, and it's like Canelo looked like, right, I never knew he had that power. Madueke is a good signing, and he's shutting people up immediately. I have time for that. That's what we want to see. Now, obviously, form's going to fluctuate. I do hope that the talking points we're having around Madueke in these first 4 games, we're saying that in the last 4 games of May. And even that, like, Madueke is a long-term option. Like, you look in purely our attacking unit, who is really a long-term option at this football club? Obviously, you could say, well, some would say age. I don't buy it because you could be here for 4 or 5 plus years. But long term, Eze's got years in the tank, so he's here. Yokere's got years in the tank, both just signed for us. Madueke is 23, so you imagine he's here. We hope the Godsack is here. And then you look at what? Trossard might not be here in 2 years. Martinelli might not be here in 2 years. Jesus, you might not be here in 6 months, if that. Well, less than 6 months, actually, because you might go in Jan. Who else is there? Kai, obviously, I think you're going to be here, but you can make a case that is Kai going to be here in the next 2 years? Maybe even a Mikel Marina. I don't know. Let Madueke get a goal or an assist before we start. I hear that, but then when man score goals and they do fuck all for 90 minutes, everybody waffles. I want him to score goals, but I like the performance across 90 minutes. TG, shut up a moment and get peeps to hit the like button. 150 people watching, only 65 likes. Madness. Get on to them, man. Glock goal against Leeds. Humble Derby hate watch. We will be doing a hate watch / watch along. We're live at 4 p.m. for that. So half an hour before kickoff, I'll drop the link here for you guys, people, you guys and girls. So yeah, Trini Guna, what are you saying? Remember, Saliba needs to sign a new contract. No way Arteta leaves him out in Bilbao. It all depends, though, because he's trained. And Arteta said, I think he could have played. Arteta said that Saliba said he needs a couple more days. So what? You trained on Friday, couple is 2. So you're looking at playing. Maybe you've trained today on Sunday while the others are doing their rehab. But I'd imagine you're training on Monday. Well, to be fair, give or take between today and tomorrow, there's got to be some level of a training session. And these lot got to get themselves to Spain. Then I guess you've got to ask him, once he's traveled and trained, like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling better? No. Are you feeling better that you're able to do this thing? Or did you not quite feel you're ready then against Forest and you still don't think you're ready now, but you're okay? Okay, then cool. City. So for me, I would if I have to gamble, it's Saliba with Saliba and Saka. Even if we can say this around Saka, it's City on City next Sunday. Bilbao, surely we can, because apparently even Nico Williams is a doubt. Surely we can get away with that. Mascara back in his homeland as well. I always think these footballers, it's like if we go Italy and Calafiori's playing. Surely you wanna, when you're going back to your homeland, you wanna play even better, because you know how the local media are. We all want to see Eze in the 10 sometimes, and I would love to see somehow just Eze and Odegaard just rotating positions centrally. I don't care how you get Nwaneri in the mix. Just come on, man. We got the tools now, man. We got the tools. I knew Crawford was winning. This is when people started talking about Canelo is bigger. No, he's not. Look at them. Crawford was taller, bigger reach, just a stocky and a better boxer. He's just a complete package, Crawford. He's easily one of the best boxers I've seen in my 30 years. I feel like Saka really does his thing against City. I don't know. I don't mind playing Noni if he's not 100%. 100% fit. We have won against them without playing him, which is true. Bit harsh on Sacks. He's bagged against them. Would you rather Liverpool or City drop points? Liverpool. 100%. Liverpool. What, City are going into this game today in which I'd rather City win than Man United because I want to ban my friends, but I wouldn't discount Man United. Discount City. I wouldn't discount Man United, City were coming into this back-to-back defeats. Obviously, if you now have 3 defeats on the spin, we're more likely to feel the effects of that, innit? Don't get twisted. Next Sunday's bad blood, anyways. Like, I can't say we're rivals to City. They bullied up the league, but whether it's because Arteta's gone from City to Arsenal, the last couple of games, you know, Haaland versus Miles Lewis-Skelly, Kyle Walker against some coaching staff, Pep's even sending shots 1-2 times. There's a bit of bad blood there, in it, really. And I wanna meet fire with fire next week, man. If I'm completely honest, Liverpool are unstoppable, quote unquote. Well, they are unstoppable because I don't think they're in the final form. But if I'm saying that about a team that's got 9 from 9, the only way is up. So you need them to drop points. Obviously, they've got Vert still warm into the league. Hugo Ekitike, who I think's been lost in the noise of Isaac. Obviously, Isaac speaks for himself. Salah speaks for himself. You know, you need them to drop points, innit? They're the front runners. I still think people can't discount City, but they're going to be there. I just want to know if people are going to be honest about Chelsea, because they should be in a title race. They've stunk up the gaff in these 4 games. It's cool, though. The Semenyo disrespect by a lot of people in the summer was outrageous because he's not a sexy name. Well, to be fair, Semenyo does sound like a drippy last name, but it's not a sexy name. Like, you actually have to watch football to rate these kind of guys. Obviously, when he's scoring and assisting and playing in dramatic games like against Liverpool, and sure, last season he scored against Chelsea, people are going to watch Match of the Day and see it, but it's not a sexy name. It's always at Bournemouth. What's going on here? And big him up because he's in my FPL team. I swear he scored yesterday. How many points did I get in FPL? I tried to put Madueke. I only got 3 points. 13 points. Semenyo. Gurhi doing his thing as well for me. But why have I got Bowen? You know what? That's my bad. I forgot to re-swap João Pedro back in for Bowen. West Ham is stinky, you know. Graham Potter, you might lose your job. But yeah, Semenyo got me 3 points, 13 points, apologies. So I got Mbuemo, Haaland, Salah to do the business, man. Bowen only got 2, Madueke got 3. It's all with them, really, man. It's all with them. Next window, we can sell Nelly and Leao and get Semenyo. Keep Martinelli to the end of the season, then shot that. Sell Trossard in January if there's genuinely an opportunity to go and get him. You could never say Canelo's a mug. Can never say he's a mug. No, keep Trossard. We'll need him. To be fair, obviously, I'm not. Well, we need to win 1 trophy, let alone speaking and thinking about winning 4, right? But that should be the ambition of the football club, to genuinely try and win all 4. Like, all, innit? Like, it is what it is. This is the first season. And I know we're not going to win all 4 trophies. Of course, I'd love to win them all. I'd love to do the double. I'd love the Prem and the Champs in particular. I want the FA Cup. We need to create some distance between us and United. And I think there's been a capacity to do that. But this has been the only year I've sat there and I've checked. I know all clubs say, oh, we want depth. We want to compete on all trophies and all that stuff. But this is the only summer that I've actually felt that, all right, you actually have the numbers to do that. Obviously, you know, even Dalman, you have to, he just popped up as a player now for us. So, yeah. No disrespect, but we need to get more quality. Gabriel is the one we can't lose. Don't fall into the trap of downplaying Canelo, people. It hurts what Bud accomplished in the end. If we're going for a left winger in Jan, then we could let Trossard go, but I'd rather keep Trossard and sell Martinelli. Trossard probably has more takers in Jan, though, because he's cheaper. Obviously, if Martinelli's still stinking up the gaff, no one's taking on his wages. Of course, Berta could be creative and there could be loans and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, man, you just never know. We nearly won the league with Martinelli and Havertz as our starting attackers. So imagine if we had serious attackers them times. I'd rather keep Trossard and sell Nelly. Yeah, we did sign that lad from Charlton. I'm looking forward to seeing Trossard and Gyökeres. I'm 5'7". Hey, someone I'm taller than. Midget. No, I'm joking, Jerome. And 147 takes work. Just about feel strong. So imagine being big and boiling down. The boxing world wanted Canelo to win. I'm just glad the judges didn't rob Bud. Big up Kim Henry. DG, love your content. Very balanced. Big up yourself from Antigua, I think you mean. Big up Antiguans, man. Love for the super chat. Berta should be arrested for stealing mascara. Berta, I need more of these deals, man. Trossard still tries to implement his own skill into Arteta's game. Martinelli's almost a lost cause. I'm not going to lie. Martinelli is a lost cause, but it's my guy, man. Man said we need to get a dinghy and send Martinelli out to see. Damn, come on. Let's say that. No idea he's getting games for Brazil. Shameless, but Carlo Ancelotti Champions League winner starts him. There's got to be something there. A man said masquerading as a prime Rio. Ozil didn't do the dirty work. You don't need to do dirty work when you're that wavy, man. Yeah, man. Serious resume. I have Crawford over Mayweather. Crawford accomplished more. Mayweather Crawford. I can't pick. I can't pick. I wonder who would win in a fight. I wonder who would win between both of them. I don't want to do the recency bias. I do think Crawford's more complete, man, but you can't you can't draw out. You can't draw him out, man. Ozil versus Odegaard. Best responses from Klopp. No 10 can create as much as my press. Odegaard leads our press. DG busted jokes like just like me. We are funny and handsome. SLD. It's Sunday, bro. Allow me with the madness. 5 players deserved man of the match. Were that good. Appreciate the super chat again, my boy. I'd actually give it a draw 7 out of 10, but every other time got bud. Madueke was doing the same thing for Chelsea. Why was it perceived so differently? He dribbles with the inside of his foot and all that ball. You'd have to speak to Chelsea fans. I don't know about what's going on over there. I know about it at my club. I'll be honest. I don't know about all of that stuff over there. I was very impressed with Ethan yesterday. It's what I've always wanted from him. A cultured midfield performance. Exactly. Like, his talent's one thing, but you need to affect the game more than 90 minutes. Yo, DG, you held yourself well on TalkSport. Big up. Jay, appreciate that. The only problem for me with Eze on the wing is just involvement. I want to see him more involved through the whole 90. So I want him to get minutes through the 10, through the middle. I'm with you. And it's a conundrum Arteta's going to have to solve. You watching the Liverpool game? Nah. Highlights business. What's your thoughts on Nwaneri playing in the number 8 one day? He'd be able to run at the ops. I'm not convinced with him at the 10. 100% he could play that right-hand 8. I just think with him, kind of what you're saying, affect the game across 90 minutes. Probably need to wait on him a bit physically, get up to speed with the pressing and where you need to stand in the game and all of the things that I don't expect you to have at 18. But he does look stronger. He does look like he's defending a bit better, playing with a lot more calmness. Sometimes I think he's finding more gears to his game, when to go 2 touch, when 1 touch. So all the things that I'd expect. Honestly, if I was Ranieri, I'm looking at this very simply. I would generally ask Arteta, listen, Gaffer, what is it? How did you get Martin Odegaard up to speed with the pressing and all that jazz? Give me all the books. Give me all the sessions. You do that, Bob's your uncle, in my opinion. Bob is genuinely your uncle, man. Crawford, Dog, Watkin, Halo. DG, which FA Cup final goal was your favourite? Sanchez versus Villa or Santi versus Hull? I was at both games. Santi's for the context. Respectfully to Aston Villa, that 2015 final, it felt pre-seasony because we knew we was going to win. We thumped them up. It was a banger, though. It was a banger. It was naughty from Alexis. But I'll say for the context, like, we was coming from behind against Hull. Obviously, 2014 was on a trophy drought. So I would say Santi's against Hull. The context, man, the dynamics were bigger, man. Now, I'm not watching the game at the moment, man. Big up Antigua, man. We'll win something this year. I hope so. We got Crawford over Mayweather. If I'm Nwaneri, I'll be fuming if I don't start next game. Just sit tight and stay patient. Man. DG, imagine that Gyökeres scores when he gets service. Gyökeres is still finding fitness, hit the post, almost had a brace. Exactly. You know me, I'm not for one to say injuries are a blessing in disguise and all of that jazz, but I think it has provided that because to be fair, I think of these 4 games, I genuinely think Gyökeres he probably gets the goals because I think he would have scored in the games that he started in. I think he would have started at the Emirates in both these games. I don't think he would have started against United, even though Havertz was there. Or you might have, to be fair, did you think? I don't think he started at Liverpool. So, yeah, the only way is up. If he's not fully fit, and he does look sharper and he's getting better, a couple percentages week in, week out now. A lot of people are going to have to eat humble pie. I don't care about rivals because they can say whatever. I'm talking about internally because I do think there's a small section of Arsenal fans, pardon me, that if I'm brutally honest, I don't think they want Gyökeres to thrive because they don't fancy him as much as they fancied Mr. Benjamin Sesko. So it is what it is, man, in that regards. Can we just remind ourselves that this was scored? Crazy works from Zuba Mendino. What's this? Oh, fair enough. That's irrelevant. But yeah, can we just deep that this was scored, people? My boys from Spain, man. It was a good day out, wasn't it, yesterday, man? It was a good day out. This jacket is cold, you know. Look at this new front three. We've got this jacket's cold. Arsenal, Every week you're bringing out something. We haven't got money to afford all of this. And this is, this is for me the best thing about yesterday. If this didn't bring a tear to your eye, I don't know what's going on. I need to see this a million times a game for what's left. This is what I want to see. It doesn't necessarily just have to be Eze or Gyökeres. Please, just put just that lovely little weight across. Let's just keep it moving. This is what I want to see. This is what I've been calling for. When we was watching it, of course, I'm not a hypocrite. Gyökeres has scored a variety of goals. The sporting highlights on YouTube are mad. But this is what I want. We don't see this enough times. Simple. But and again, big up Gyökeres for getting in the box. But and again, it sounds dumb because a professional footballer should be able to do this. But Eze, you don't know what we've been starved of on this left-hand side. Just someone with the quality to have the weight of pass. Big up Calafiori for the ball over the top. Just to do that, cutbacks FC. This is what I want to see. Rice, well, he weren't on the pitch, but Rice, if you're on the pitch, you could even get some goals like this. Martinelli, I tried. This is the one dampener on the game, if I'm honest with you, and that, Odegaard bust his shoulder again. Is that the same shoulder? Honestly, I don't know. We just hope you're back. And I saw this on social media. We have a functional attacking three for once. I found myself again. Every day I wake up smiling. I go to sleep smiling. And that for me is the most important thing. Facts, man. And again, you look at what we've done. We're laughing in the market, man. And even that, did you not catch Madueke telling him to do the celebrations? All my striker even forgets about his celebrations. He just wants to get to the scoring again. He smelt blood. They call him a flat track bully. Shit, maybe they're right. They say he wears jeans. Maybe he's right. I might be being shameless. Maybe you're right. Last time I checked, for all the noise about Gyökeres, you wouldn't believe he's currently joint top goal scorer, if not the top goal scorer in the Prem now. Granted, it's only 4 games. But you lot do the talking, we'll do the scoring. My striker. Anyways, let's keep it. So beautiful, it's ugly. So beautiful, it's ugly. Gyökeres has now scored 11 goals in his last 8 home games for both Sporting and Arsenal, 3 and 2 at the Emirates. I need you to score in big games, though, man, because that's the other one, the spell I want you to dismiss. Now, you can't score in big games. This is why I like Gyökeres, because it's just this bare humble pie on the sections of our fan base that think they're coaches. Like, oh my God, the XG, and he takes too many touches, and his body composition. I even see some guy on Twitter talking about his back muscles means he fast twitch fibers and all this. Shut up, man. The guy, this is why I want it. Like, it's so beautiful. It's ugly, bro. Just slap the goals in, bro. Slap the goals in. I don't care if it's tap-ins or whatever. Do you know how many times the goalposts are going to move with this guy? Get out of here, man. And again, I'm not boying Havertz, but there's some idiots here where, like, they move like Havertz is a better striker than him, and they are not giving Gyökeres the luxuries you gave Havertz. I defended Havertz. I'll defend anyone at this football club. But what we're not going to do is act like after 4 games in an Arsenal shirt, it was all rosy. There was a point we thought the penny dropped because he's fighting at Newcastle. And big up everyone. But this, unfortunately, this was going to happen. There's horses for courses. There's times Gyökeres might not do the business and he might score 20 goals, but there might be a game. It's not happening for Gyökeres. Kai comes off the bench and bags, or Marino. It's a squad. This is what we need. Just need to humble, man. Just need to humble. Just need to humble them. So just bare chattings. Bare chattings. We've seen, and Gyökeres ain't the best technically, but it's so ugly, it's beautiful. We've had strikers, first touch, dead out the air. But, well, Brazilians is what we call Jesus. You're not doing what Gyökeres can do, which is 20-odd goals. Simple as that. You have to bring up Madueke. He had the most crosses, most touches in the up box, most duels won, most chances created, most successful take-ons, most tackles, most fouls won. You can say it's only Forest and all of this kind of jazz, crazy. But hey, no one don't care about his touches. And if I was Gyökeres, not that he cares about that, you're lying. Because Gyökeres is, when the chance has been afforded, he has got the shots off in the right vein. The only time I've been vexed with Gyökeres is when he was too involved in the build-up play and Timber set it. And I'm looking at you. That's a second tap-in for you. But let them talk, man. Let them talk. When he gets his goals, they're going to have to shut up. Eze provided an assist with his first ever chance that he has created for Arsenal. He is the first Englishman to score or assist on their first Premier League start for Arsenal since Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain versus Man United in January 2012. Boy, fair enough. He won 5 of his duels, had 3 touches in the up box, 3 successful take-ons, 1 possession twice, 1 big chance created, and 1 assist. Only thing I would say is, obviously, there's more to come from Eze, and he can play out wide. But to a degree, I think somebody commented it. If we get him centrally, those numbers look a bit better because we were provided with a lot of space. But again, horses for courses. And you look at Gyökeres's game by numbers, won all his duels, 24 touches, 7 touches in the up box, 4 shots, 1 chance created, 1 tackle, 1 shot on target, 1 goal. Exactly. So, again, we're still not creating that much. But you give my man a clear-cut chance, he's gone. But this is what I mean. 4 games in, the only way it can be up, regardless of how our season pans out. I'm crying about chance creation. We put 3 past Forest, 5 past Leeds. Obviously, we didn't score against Liverpool. Fair play. We did score from a set piece against United. We can do more, man. We can do more. Because maybe I'm a spoiled Arsenal fan. Highbury days, we created the chances, 1 billion a game. There was a time at the Emirates, we used to cry about defending. We was creating. This is where I need the gaffer to earn his money. The only time you were skeptical was Gyökeres miss at Leeds. Just a split second, he had a hat-trick. It's coming, boys. I hear it. How did you rate Merino? People moaned when he played at Anfield, but as Rice's replacement, he did well. Rice and Zubi might be too similar sometimes. To be fair with you, I think he did his thing. I'm critical of Merino starting in midfield, but them kind of games, you can do your thing. When it's the Prem games, like the proper Prem games, I'm not for you. Merino did his thing. I think Merino did well yesterday. And to be fair, I wouldn't say the left-hand side was where we looked like we're causing danger, but I did see with Calafiori's individual performance and the run he's making, with how Merino played on that left, with obviously Eze, with Gyökeres, more so on the right, but pulling over to the left. I saw little inklings as to how Arteta might get a tune out of stuff. Not going to lie, pundit agenda is getting predictable. It's only Forest, so 11 professional footballers that run 6 out of 7 days and eat healthy, right? You know what they're going to say, because before you play these teams, what did they sit there and say? Oh, my days, every game in the Prem's a cup final. Had we have lost 2 defeats on the spin, we know the talking points. Just let them talk, man. Just let them talk. Just let them talk. Because they're not like fans like us. Like whether it's positive praise or positive criticisms or just seeking the truth. They're just, their thing is engagement farming. So they can stick it where the sun don't shine. Shout out Timber. If I'm honest with you, he did his thing in the game, especially in the first half. In fact, cut the track for a second, people. Player ratings. David Raya, 10 out of 10. Didn't have much to do. Competent. By default, 10 out of 10. Made a big save for us. I think Timber was brilliant. 10 out of 10. Mascara, 10 out of 10. Gabriel Magalhaes, I'll give you a 9. Calafiori, I think 10 out of 10, 10, 10, 9, 8. I'll mark it down because I did think you needed to come off in the second half. Odegaard, NA, you came off before there's any real rating. Zubimendi, 10 out of 10. Merino, strong 7 for me. Madueke, strong 9. I would give you a 10, but I think you could have got a goal or assist, but use a constant threat. Gyökeres, 10, did what you needed to do. Eze, 7 plus a bonus point 8. So that's mine. Oh my God, we got so many tabs. Where were we? We've got to go all the way back now. There we were. Shout out to David Raya making his 100th appearance for Arsenal. Time flies. Just the other day it was Ramsdale against Raya. Crazy. Crazy. That's my tweets. So yeah, man, we completely dominated the thing. I might have to do a tactical video for you lot, probably to come out on Tuesday. We did what we needed to do. Simple business. Keep it moving. And big up Berta, the side. He's the real signing of the season. Gyökeres said it feels amazing to score. It's great. It's been so easy to settle. And he also said he didn't expect Zubimendi to score a header. I was more focused on defending because they were on for the counter. The way the ball landed on my feet, I took a shot and it went in. Scoring is something I've been working on. And, you don't score forever and then you score 2. On Zubimendi, Arteta said he's coming at a club and you feel a real presence, authority of everything he does on that pitch. If you can, on top of that contribution on the scoreline with goals, what else can we ask? 2 very different goals in terms of execution. He just understands football, as dumb as it is. And apparently, Magalhaes, Zubimendi, Eze, Gyökeres had more shots than the entire Forest side combined in the first half, which to be expected. And it was the first time Merino, Zubimendi, and Odegaard started a match together for Arsenal. The last time they were all together was 2019-2020, which 2019, ain't that when the gaffer took the job? Shout out to Mascara as well. Most passes completed, 100% ground jewels, won 100% of his tackles, 92% pass accuracy, 4 passes into the final third, 6 ball recoveries, and 1 last man tackle. Big up our 21-year-old. He's a demon in the making. Martin Zubimendi's goal for Arsenal was also the first he's ever scored from outside the box in top flight league competitions. And what the hell is going on in midfield? Because in the last couple of years, Rice is scoring goals, Marino's chipped in. I'm not going to go as far and extend that to Zubimendi, but you've shown that you might have the capacity. Mikel Arteta said it's on Odegaard. It's the same shoulder he injured before. He will do whatever he can from now until the Champions League tie, but for now, I don't know. Now, I don't know, but do you now, because it's the same one, do you now have to consider surgery? And obviously that comes at a cost. I don't know. Mikel revealed Saliba completed training yesterday, which would have been Friday, while feeling okay, but the defender said he needed a couple more days. So far in the Premier, these 4 games, 3 clean sheets, 9 goals, and 1 conceded, people. So, yeah, but we know we're a good side. It's about being great. And 9 times out of 10, those fine margins have gone against us. So you do think about the 3 points dropped against Liverpool. Kirkes diving again. What's the scores in that, people? Big up views, 104 likes. Liverpool currently stinking up the place. But if they get 12, it's dark. Marino and Eze linked up well at times. True. Another underrated aspect. You're right. You're right. You're right on that one. I always said Madueke has a perfect mindset for a winger. He's just got to keep it up and steadily improve. The business wasn't bad. It was just done at the wrong time in the window. I hear that. Cole Palmer thinks about chippy chips. My striker thinks about goals. DG Yokerez is banging haters need a diaper. They just need to hold it because he's still going to play. Just allow it. Oh, we've gone over that. So I'll try and make sure we've got everything for you lot. And this was a nice touch. You know what, Arteta? Big up you for getting the tunnel removed. I will say this with Arsenal. Why hasn't this always been the case? Yeah, I know why it hasn't always been the case. Could you imagine with the whole Xhaka period and, when it was more toxic if this wasn't the case? But yeah, man, nice little touch from Madueke. Keep doing your thing. So yeah, man. The turnaround has been too quick for the extent of injury. So when a player says don't rush it, I think Mascara versus Forest was very good, which he was, man. Big him up for that. On if Mascara can push Saliba and Gabriel, you just seen today versus Forest and what he did in Anfield. Very, very hard. He's going to push him. This kid wants it a lot and he's so willing to learn. He's got some great qualities that fit very well in any position that we want to use him in relation to the connections and qualities of our other defenders. Just keep doing your thing, my guy. That's all we want, man. On the new signings, the gaffer himself said, well, I think he's speaking about Zubimendi first. He was unbelievable. The 2 goals are very difficult to score. Martin is bringing such a presence, composure, and understanding of the game that makes the team flow. But when DG says he doesn't know anything and play better, and on top of that, he adds goals and assists. We're gassing the goals and assists, but I hear it. So that's the trajectory that we have to maintain with them. It's not easy to adapt to the league, to adapt to a new way of playing, but Mascara is a great example. I think what he did against Liverpool, being thrown out there after 3 minutes at Anfield in your first exposure in the Premier League, is a very difficult thing to do. I think he was superb today again, and the rest were the new one, and the rest of the new ones. So again, let's use that, learn from that. They give us a lot of information at the moment to make sure we use it in the right way. What else has he gone on to say? It's a very good afternoon because after the players have been traveling the world for the last 10 days with different national teams, different cultures with different habits, it's always a bit uncertain how we're going to play, how we're going to connect, the timings of everything, especially when we only have 1 day to prepare the game. But overall, I think we were very dominant throughout the game, created some big chances, scored 3 goals and had another clean sheet, which is always very good. Another positive thing was the new relationships we are building and the way they are connecting, which I was very pleased to see. Fair play. We even got to see Lewis Skelly. Didn't get to see Dalman though, but you can't have everything, man. It's a bit mad. Dalman don't come on in games like this. We came on at Liverpool. It's all good though, man. Big up Noni Madueke as well. More to come for our attack. Talk with chess, big man. I like that. I think it's instinctive. Ebbs and I play similarly in terms of we don't really think much. We just play what we see. I love that. Not for you, Martinelli. You need to think. In terms of collective unit, Mikel gives us freedom to get the ball and to try and be dynamic and positive. I think we did that today. So Arteta wants his attackers to be dynamic. I thought he was negative. Yeah, they can't stop smiling. I don't think I've ever seen Zubimendi not smile. Well, to be fair, we're smiling at Anfield. We probably could have scored even more goals today, but that's a process. We're 4 games into the season. We've got our Champions League game on Tuesday. And I think as the season goes on, you'll see an even more clinical Arsenal side. I hope so, my dude. I hope so. That's what I play for. Trying to help my team win, also to bring joy to the people that are coming to watch. You never know who's watching for the first time or things like that. So that's definitely in my mind to try and inspire the crowd a little bit. The love that the Emirates crowd have been showing me ever since my first game against Villarreal in pre-season has been amazing. So I'm happy and God willing it just continues. Come on, Noni. Noni Madueke, that non-Zeno Records. We're going platinum, B. I want to see specifically, I want to see everything the gaffer said, actually. on if Zuba Mendy's goal was practice on the training ground. I take zero credit for that incredible execution, the timing, the way he connects with the ball. He watches DG streams. The way the ball travels in that trajectory certainly has given us a lot of positive things. His presence, his authority on the pitch, the way he connects with the players, and the composure he's having. If he adds assists and goals like that, it's another dimension on the player. We have spoken about that. The new ones that started, 5 of them today. Wait, we really started 5 players? Wait, cut the track. Did we really start 5 new players? Wait, hang on. Mascara, Zubamendi, Eze, Madueke, Gyökeres. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this. Hinkapi didn't even come out. I deserve this. We deserve this. But you lot bring, I beg you, man, please, Arsenal, please, seriously, bring a trophy home. Enough's enough. Bring a trophy home this year. If we don't win a trophy this year, we never will. I've been saying that the last 3 years, isn't it? But come on, surely. The new ones that started, 5 of them today, really impressed with them. I think you can sense and feel there are new relationships flourishing that are going to give us different things. Did we go more unpredictable? Noni, I think he was exceptional as well. So he played a front three we've never played before, and it was good exposure for them in terms of timing as well. It was exactly what they needed because they played a lot of minutes, and overall, I'm very happy. I don't want to be disingenuous here, but that's the first time they played. How much times have we seen more traditional front threes and they ain't maneuvered like that and been fluid like that? Maybe it's just one of those things. I don't want to be that guy, but yeah, excluding Mikhail. On the depth of the squad, if we hadn't done that with the injuries that we have, unfortunately, some of them are very difficult to control. We'd be in a very different place. We knew that that was the standard of other teams in the league and in Europe. You can see that. I'm very happy because it gives us options. It gives us the capacity as well to change games. It gives you the capacity, and I need that from you, Gaffer, to have presence in the team. Now we have to make sure that everyone feels connected and important. We've gone over the Odegaard stuff. We're going to assess him and see what's going on. On his surgery, no, I don't think that. I'm not an expert, but they were not concerned at the level at all. The first time in a few days, he was able to manage the pain, especially as the injury wasn't that bad. I don't know the extent of the 2 days, but hopefully. Arteta, let him base off them, man. Let's play when Nwaneri's shoulders is calm. On giving Declan rest, Mikel comes back after scoring 4 goals in 2 games with a really high emotional state. I want to use that when a player is in that moment. So what do we talk about? Riding the purple patches. I want to play him because he's going to bring something different with the qualities that they have. And Declan comes in and it will have an impact immediately, or we'll play the next game. That's what we need to try to manage in the best possible way. On Nwaneri, he would see, I believe so as well. He was very good. He has different qualities, and you can sense that, especially in the first half, when he got the ball in certain areas, how comfortable he is to carry the ball straight away. The moments he's very close to the box, he's got one thing in his mind, which is a goal and nothing else. Yeah, I'm kind of missing Nwaneri. I mean, it's a bit different because when he was kind of stationed out wide, like ironically, we got City next week, that goal against City or in the champs, or when he had an effort against Inter, not really had it. He did try to score and it was blocked, but I am missing seeing Nwaneri just absolutely wrap it on his left, man. Dalman, next time you play, do that as well, man. Nwaneri as well, man. If you're left footed, do madness. And you, Eze as well. Eze, I don't even think I've seen you have a shot yet. Come on, Eze. You're here now. Eze, boom, bye. Anyway, yeah, that the moments he's very close to the box, he's got one thing in his mind, which is a goal and nothing else. That's great that we have different qualities within the same position. And again, against Leeds, it was the same thing. After 20 minutes, we had to get Martin out. He came on, he did really well. We've gone over Saliba. We have gone over those Mascara comments on balancing his defense with the players he have. We need 2 players per position. This is football. It's nothing different again in the other teams. When you see the qualities they have, it's nothing new. It's just perform, be available as much as possible because we're going to need them. And in relation to the opponent, what we want to create, we'll use certain players, certain qualities. On new players having big moments, that's very positive because as well, some of the players that we decided to take off, when you see the reception and the connection they build with our supporters already, that's exactly what you need because that's going to help you. It gives confidence. It gives you more ambition to do better, and they're all in a good place. On depth in response to the changes in the Champions League, yes, and the demands of the amount of games that the players have to play. They have to play 70 to 74 games throughout the season, so we have to accept that. It's never been done. When the intensity goes that high, they're not going to be able to sustain that. So you need more players. The standards have raised. We need better players. There's no secret. Only if he had a different approach from Liverpool, well, 100% tactically. You're not going to play the same way against Nottingham Forest and Liverpool, regardless of what the gaffer has said here. No, they're the same. Hopefully, you were in preparation of the game in my meetings. Okay, so he's getting a bit peed off. He spoke on Madueke, a lot of courage. That's what I described. A lot of quality, but a lot of courage. When we were about to sign him, there was that reaction around him. I spoke to him and he was like, I go for it. I cannot wait to put the shirt on and play for you guys. I said, wow, let's bring him. I was convinced before. I'm more convinced now he's going to do it. I think he has such power, such capacity to repeat efforts, because to be able to do that physically, you have to have a different specimen. He's gassing him. I'd be doing the same. I think, and he's certainly that, but he's very skillful, very unpredictable, which could be a gift and a curse, like Martinelli. He's so willing to learn. He brings joy. I look at him, he's always smiling. He's always trying things. He gets one wrong, he goes again. And that's what I love about creative players, because you need that to be successful. Only if we've moved up a level this season, it's too early, man. It's too early, man. Arcs again at 12, 10, 12, 13 games into the season. Well, right now, we're just handling business. Like, we've taken an L against Liverpool. Other than that, there's moments to improve, but we're finding our feet. It's too early for that. The season starts now, as cliche as it is. You got the champs, or you got Port Vale, got League Cup coming into it, Prem coming into it. Gonna have to box smart, ride on purple patches, take certain players out the team, do all of those kind of things, people. That's what we hope, but we need to go game by game. It doesn't matter what we talk about, what we want to do. It's what we have to do. It's not what we want to do. We have to now work today again, review. There are a lot of things that we have to get better at to be able to score even more and be even more dominant in certain phases of the game and go game by game. I'm preparing now to win in Bilbao, which is going to be incredible. I hope you will go, because it's one of the best places to go, north of Spain. That's where I'm from. Fair enough. So that by default, Zubimendi and that as well, innit? I think you're going to enjoy it, guys, and an incredible stadium atmosphere to play football. I have no question in terms of what we want and the dressing room and feeling part of that, or the support that we're going to have from our people. No question. But then things have to click and go well for you in first incidences. We have tried to create the right environment for them, and the quality is there. I'm very glad that's so early already. You can see they're going to add so much value to the team. Amen. I'm going to keep up the agenda, bring Semenyo to the carpet, man. The man started the season greatly. 3 goals, 2 assists in 4 games. Big up Areola, because his team's been ransacked and Bournemouth are doing their thing. I know 25 goals in 94 it ain't eye-catching, and 23 and 11 in 85 Premier League games ain't. But he started the season. Sometimes this could... How old is he? 25. Actually, he's younger than I thought. I bring Semenyo, man. I thought he was 27. I bring this. Make this happen. The fuck? Get this guy. Hey, Bournemouth, we need this. Trossard, you're gone. 20 million. Put the 50. Let's do this. But yeah, he's got 3 goals and 2 assists in 4. Last season, I'm sure, God forgive me, but I'm sure he got double figures. 11 goals and 6 assists. So this might be the penny dropping and you're hitting your peak, man. Bring my man to the carpet. Right, we don't need to worry about 2023, 24. But 8 goals, 3 assists in 33. Ain't amazing, but ain't the worst. 22, 23. Obviously, you would have been in your early 20s now. Bro. It's cool. It's calm. Forget that. But yeah, apparently Arsenal and Man United are among the clubs interested in Lille midfielder Bordi. He's 17. We've all seen him play champs. I would want this. He turns 18 in October. He's going to cost a shit ton amount of money. AC Milan apparently have positioned themselves. He's got a contract until 2027, which Lille want to extend. Completely off topic, but that Rennes lad that Berta tried to buy, the defender, I wonder if we circle back for him. Apparently, Arsenal could take advantage of confusion at Barcelona by landing one of the club's best players on a cut price deal during the January transfer window. Yeah, effing right. We've been linked and are apparently lining up a sensational January move for Frankie de Jong, who Barca could be open to selling. Let me guess, he's signing a new contract or whatever. We're always linked with this guy, man. Like, get the hell out of here, man. It's fun to read, but get out of here, man. Are you still linking us with this same BS? Fair enough, the transfer window's shut and you got to get as how you live, but forget all of that. So there's nothing there. What's this? Well, yeah, we know, Arsenal have offered a 5-year deal to Saliba. Clearly has not been signed or agreed yet, but it is what it is, man. So yeah, that seems to be everything that Mikel Arteta said, and that is that, man. Wilder was done the moment he dropped his original trainer and got the guy who Fury KO'd. Wilder hype, because he fights like a breakdancer. Yeah, bro, 5'7". Bro, I don't get to say people shorter than me. I can beat someone for a header. FM 26 or FC 26. I'm gonna get both, but I'm looking more forward to FM 26. Football Manager's a proper football game, man. Not these little FIFA's not serious, man. Sometimes the injuries we've got have been blessings for real. I don't know about blessings, but it does provide opportunities. Seeing a whole new front line felt like a FIFA dream. Went from 1 ball carrier to 4. Yeah, right. Still, one love for the super chat, Tom. Let's be honest about Madueke. Solid performance, but when Ange moved Morato to CB and Nico Williams to left back, Madueke was, I can't say that word. To be fair, I still think he done well against Nico Williams, but naturally, that is going to help. You've taken a centre back and put him out wide. He's going to struggle. You've put someone more comfortable and out fullback like Nico Williams. Naturally, he's going to do a bit better. But I think Madueke was cool. Love for the super chat. Dalman played for his footballing education. He now has experience others his age don't have to his growth. And the fact is, yeah, he's 15, fam. Went college in Wandsworth Town as a North Londoner. Every day was a risk. Damn. You went for gal, innit? Why are you going all the way from North over there for college? You naughty bugger. You naughty bugger. I mean, the gal from South are worth it still. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Yeah, they are. You know what? I can't put. I want to gas up my North London ladies, but I'm gonna have to say South, Northwest, South, Northwest, Northwest. Not that I know anything. Not that I know anything. People, don't forget as well. People, we will be watching the Manchester Derby in an hour and 20 minutes. Actually, who smashed the like button? Who's been using their hype points on my videos? Make sure you use that, man. Man, bro, you're 5'7", bro. You're bare short, bro. Man can't see you, fam. Jerome, man can't see you, fam. Like, you can't beat me to head of that. Like, oh, yeah. Look at these youths, 5'7" and that. Crazy. I feel like I'm 5'8". I feel like them 6 foot dons who just don't shut up about that. DG just giving you a brief history of where your exes come from. I hear it. Not really. Not really. I'm just gonna wait till FIFA gets put on Game Pass. I caved in on FC 25 and bought it after a week. I'm gonna buy it, but I'd stopped having any real excitement over FIFA many a year ago because they're just packing the same shit. And cool, the new kits are there, but it's shit, man. Unpopular opinion, I think the first one they brought in tactical defending. When they tried to make it beyond the game, it got a bit silly now. Big up Canada, man. Tony, one love. They're more. I don't know that in South. They're North. Be real. What are you talking? They're everywhere. North got bear. What are you, brother? What are you talking about? Not that I know. I am not the right guy to ask. Stymied. Come on, DG. UK education looking dodgy. I have. I have 7, 8 A star to CGCSEs. I ain't got the A stars, but the B's and the C's. The only A I've got is P. But still, I love you, mate. Yeah. And we're definitely. Wait, are you in Canada or America? No. Sorry, both sides have to catch strays. Canada was smarter than Americans. Were definitely smarter than you lot. You lot just say, "Oh, you from Europe? You get fuck it out. He could be from Serbia. He could be from Spain. He could be from Potter's Bar. It's just everybody's Europe." I am not taking any smoke about education if you're from America. With the greatest of respect, you lot are in the Stone Ages. Have you lot even got contactless yet, or you just got that? Tranquillo, respect. Word to Jose, respect. Not stop it. Trust me, DG. New kit, same game, scripted as well, man. Them old knees can't jump. Need some WD-40Y for that. These times I'm older, but we're running narratives today. Look at this guy. Archway. Nah, man. Kwame. One day, man. One day you're going to say that, Kwame. I hope you're doing well and safe, by the way. One day you're going to say that. I'm going to say, actually, moved into the flats opposite the Emirates. Man said, no, Africa's my home. I'm not having it from you Americans. Big up America. I'm not having it. You lot. I swear people get held back in school as well for being an idiot as well. That's tired. Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. Big up Tom, but I'm not accepting that. Look at the goalkeepers you produce, like Matt Turner. You got goalies that can't catch. Matt Turner, you don't even deserve that. You ain't even done nothing. You're probably just in training right now, wherever you are, whatever team. You don't even deserve that. Don't see your teammates are getting strays. Yeah, I did watch Crawford. We went over that in the beginning, man. Why would you want to live near a footy ground? That's the worst place to live. Is it? You look out your window, you never know. You see what Arsenal fans are dealing with. You never know what could happen. Local as well. You never got held back in school. No. Kind of bullshit is that? We're too smart for that. UK is just as dumb and as fat as Americans. Nah, gee, I'm sorry. We're fitter than you lot. We're smarter than you lot. England's got bare issues, but if we got a sample size of the UK versus a fair sample size of the US, finished. You lot are finished. I'm not accepting it. I'm sorry. You lot spell color without a U. Less of that, man. Shut up, man. You lot shut up, man. Big up America, but shut the hell up. Less of that, man. Less of that. You lot can't spell. Tomato is pronounced tomato. Just got contactless if you even got that. You're going mad. You're going so mad. My GCSEs were good. What do you lot even have? We don't know nothing about it. There's no comparison, bro. There's no comparison. You lot say Europe. But that very fact, it don't matter if you're in Italy, Serbia, Montenegro, fucking Malta. I wish I was in Malta, man. You lot seeing the Vibes Cartel. I should have went. Oh my God, it's a movie. Y'all are only shiny because you don't have cars. Huh? You ain't got cars. See, Karma just proving us right. America, like, man are not thinking. Well, in her case, girls, people not thinking. You see, Americans, you got this, you know, you need to use this. Stop frying this like you fry any fucking bit of food. Horrible people. The hell? Come on, man. Comprehension is horrible. Horrible. I'll pay good money to see the Americans in the chat right about. I know you lot ain't got coordination like that. In fact, better yet, kick-ups. You lot call it, furthermore, you call it soccer. I'm not beefing you lot. I'm not beefing you lot. You lot call it soccer, you lot are right. Ignorance is bliss. Unfortunately, in life, yeah, sometimes you can't argue with idiots. Because I know we're not idiots in the United Kingdom, and you lot are. But we've argued, so nobody can tell who's who. So, pardon me, that's a myth. But on that note, though, people, I'm going to go and get some lunch before we obviously watch the Manchester derby together. So yeah, even if you're not going to be there, smash a like button, people, and all of those things. Hype the vids as well, and most importantly, you lot stay in good health and stay safe. My state is bigger than your country. Wow, what does it? We're talking about intelligence. Wow, that is such an intelligent and relevant comment to the conversation, Karma. You're sure dispelling what we're saying about Americans in this chat being stupid. And you lot got Marcel, who's drunk 24/7. So your state can be bigger. That's even worse because you got more idiots like fucking hell, geezer or whatever. You love soccer. That's a good thing. You love soccer. DG, in 2014, I wanted Balotelli at Arsenal. Did you want this move? He went viral for an Arsenal kit. I was frowning when he went to Liverpool. Everyone would have loved Balotelli, but I guess it's worked out. My dad's bigger than your dad, but your dad's an idiot, so it don't make sense. Can your dad tie his laces? Look at this guy saying mad words. Cool, but there's British youths who can say them words. Should I invite them? Save me English ones. They can save that. There's probably Americans who can't say that. Allow it, man. Allow it. You lot just go eat your collard greens and all that bullshit that you lot talk about, man. And on that note, people, I see you lot at 4 p.m. But yeah, big up you lot from around the world, even you Americans. Smash the like button. We're out. Yes, Karma, you've got more people. It shows there's more idiots. You're not listening.